All right, everyone. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Goodness, had to clear my throat early in the mornings. Nice to see everyone bright and early. I know what you're thinking. Where is Dabby Cab? Dabby Cab will be joining us here hopefully soon-ish. You know, who knows? His internet is unfortunately down and he lives in the boonies, so it takes them a while to figure their shit out over there. So it's nice to see everyone in the chat early and often here, especially on a Saturday. UFC this morning as well. We'll be out of here by 11, and then this stream will take you right to the UFC live stream, and it'll be a great time. And by the way, I mean 11 Central, 12 Eastern there. So nice to see everyone in the chat bright and early. Rem, I see you, my guy. We're striking oil. Great win yesterday for the Oilers. I was very excited watching that, but I will be rooting for the Panthers in Game 7. But I just wanted to wear this for you, Remy, my man. Justin McKelvey stacks play of the day. 10, 11 straight, Justin. Going for 12 here. Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases. And shout out to the newly minted stacks play of the day. Stacks. Stacks. 12 straight, going for 13. Sheesh. Shout out to you, Justin McKelvey. I cashed yesterday on it as well. The Diamondbacks, it was sweaty. We got there, Justin. Shout out to you. Nice to see you as well. And sorry about the Red Sox, but I'm glad that your birthday was a good one, I'm sure, as well. So shout out to you. Ram, I didn't even see this comment. This is very funny that I was already wearing it. It's funny. Morgan Spooner, nice to see you, saying, did you see John Gray tipping his pitches last start? Lindor saw it on the first pitch, came straight to the on-deck circle to point it out. They got hits off of 11 of his fastballs. Good note there, Morgan. We'll talk about John Gray shortly. Top set, nice to see you as well. Kelly McGinnis, Von Polo, Rocco Rogers back in it, dropping some total base props as well. That was disappointing that Tyler O'Neill did nothing for us yesterday, Rocco, but that shit happens, unfortunately. Mac Complex, and yes, again, all shout outs to Justin McKelvey. Justin, what did you end up doing for your birthday? I'm curious. Let us know. Let's get after it here in this card, and let's start off with White Sox Tigres here. Yeah, the record not that great anymore. We were so close to getting back into the green, and then we've fallen back here the last few days. It's been very frustrating, but this is one of those, moments in the season where we have to figure out how to stabilize. These have been the issues I've had these, last 2-3 years. I've been very streaky, and then when I get into these bad streaks, I don't know how to stabilize it and get back to normal. So it's going to be another challenge here today. Let's get after it here. And let's go back to the White Sox here, I think, because I like Drew Thorpe. We've talked about it with Billy Friedrich. Came out, his first start was phenomenal. Second start got crushed against the Diamondbacks for 8 runs, 7 of them earned. I mean, I'm going to trust him here again, guys. And I think he's a good enough pitcher with a quality pedigree that I can get behind versus our friend and yours, KBO Kenta Maeda here. So let's talk about KBO Kenta here, as I have to throw something at my dog to get her to stop licking her feet. All right, let's go to the game logs for our friend and yours, KBO Kenta here, because he's been up and down, to say the least. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs against Houston. Dominated the Nationals, 4 innings, 1 earned run there. Came out of the Texas start early and then got crushed against the Red Sox before then. And then before that, he obviously went 5 innings shutout against the Blue Jays. So it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. And I do typically want to fade KBO Kenta. You guys know this about me. This lineup, not good. They only squeaked across 2 runs yesterday, and that was more than good enough for Flaherty, unfortunately. It's funny enough that 87% of the bets and 88% of the money is on the over in this game. I definitely would lean under. This opened up at a 9, and it's 8.5, 9 at some places. It's a juiced 8.5, so you can say it's just nines across the board still. I lean under, but I am interested in the White Sox here. 88% of the bets, 99% of the money in the Tigers. Line opened up at minus 152. And let me give my site here a refresh. Still at minus 156 at our friends at Bet Online there. And by the way, go to our website, the Pub Sports Radio website, pubsportsradio.com, and you'll see appreciate it. Any people that do so helps out the channel a ton, and it gets you a little deposit match as well. So shout out to you guys that do so, and shout out to anyone that's a member. Support the channel in any way you can. Let's keep talking about this game because I do like the White Sox here, and my choice ultimately was White Sox first 5 full game, what I was going to do here. And I saw the first 5 plus a half minus 120. And I was like, ugh, okay, I don't think I can bet that with this White Sox squad. I don't want to lay that much juice here. So I'm going to take the plus 120 for the money line here as well. So White Sox first 5 money line on my card here, plus 120, fading KBO Kenta. And by the way, numbers against righties real quick this month. I'm assuming neither one of these is going to be good. White Sox 26, 82 weighted runs created plus. Detroit 72 weighted runs created plus. So both equally bad. Let's go, and let's go White Sox here. Shout out to you, Billy Frederick, wherever you are here. Shout out to you, Sports Money. There will be new graphics here today on the program, but unfortunately, our friend Dabby Cabs Wi-Fi not cooperating and not working today. So, and again, he lives in the boonies, so it takes him like 2 days to get out there. So, all right, and yes, shout out to you, BJ. We both cashed on the Braves so easy yesterday. I'm glad my guy Chris did it to him. So, shout out to you. 5-minute best bet on the Boston Red Sox. Good luck to you, BJ. Might make me move on the Red Sox again because I've been moving on them a lot. And I think I should keep moving on these hot teams until I lose twice. But we'll talk about all that when we get there. White Sox first 5 money line on my card plus 1. Speaking of teams I've lost twice on, the San Francisco Giants. I cannot bet this team again. I stayed off this game. We lose the day after Willie Mays passes away. We lose the Ricketts Field game, and Rick Woods Field, sorry. And I just cannot get back on this team again. So Cardinals are passed for me here. And I like Jordan Hicks a lot. And Miles Michaelis, truthfully, has grown on me in the last few weeks because we talked about how we looked at the pitching plus, location plus, and stuff plus rankings there. He was just really high on his location plus, dotting the fastballs, curveballs, whatever he's throwing, dot them all up. And that location is big, and he's had success recently because of it. So I need to put some respect on Miles Michaelis' name here. He's had basically a month plus now since the 12th of last month of pitching well. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run against Chicago last time out. 7 shutout innings, 1 hit against Pittsburgh. At Houston, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. I mean, his worst starts are 6 innings, 3 earned runs, which are still good outings for him. So respect to Miles Michaelis. I trust him. I like Jordan Hicks. I don't believe in either of these offenses, so I probably lean under here as well. Jordan Hicks, last few games, by the way, 5 innings shutout against the Cubs, 4 Ks, 4 walks, though, so that's always sketchy. Against the Astros, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk there. So I stayed off this game. Market in it, 69% of the bets and 64% of the money on the Cardinals here. Line has moved their direction. It went down all the way to minus 105 each way, and now just slowly climbing back up from a minus 113 opener in their direction. So initial movement to the Giants, ticking back up. Interesting. And wow, this is surprising. 89% of the bets, 91% of the money on the over. I thought this would be kind of an under game. This went from 9.5 to a 9, or sorry, 8.5 to a 9. So very interesting indeed. No action. We'll keep pushing here. Love if you guys have any action on this game. And you said cards live. Top set says, I should say, if they get behind early. So shout out to you, top set. Let's keep it moving. Mets, Cubs. Man, this Cubs team just keeps biting me in the ass, man. I was so close to moving on the Mets yesterday, and I didn't. Because we saw they're just crushing lefties, and they continue to do so. And I want to move on them again. They're hot right now, so I just think I could just keep moving on this hot team. Tyler Megill, a quality pitcher that we've talked about several times here as well. And I mean, as Rocco is saying in the chat here, very hard blowing winds out. And Troy Torrance of Cubs fame saying this is a Tiger spot. So that's concerning. Troy, let us know what you think about your Cubs here today. Earl Sports Bets likes the Grimace Mets here. I've been riding with you, Earl. Honestly, I've been quietly betting these Mets for a little bit, and it's been cashing for us. And I do kind of want to roll with that here today. Sports money. I'll give you that parlay the you seek later in the show because I actually have one that I've written down and I'm semi interested in. But Megill, I believe in. He's a good. I don't want to. Okay, I might be overestimating when I say he's a good pitcher, but I think he's a quality enough arm that I can put my money on. He's had 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Last 2 appearances. His best outing so far was a 7 shutout innings performance against the Dodgers. So he's got it in him, and I believe in him. And the Mets have just been raking on fire. They've got good vibes going, and good vibes for the Mets is pretty rare. And right now so we talked about them against lefties. Against righties this month, they're still 8th, 121 weighted runs created plus. So still very, very good. So shout out to the Mets. Very interesting indeed. I am going to move on them, and I would love to see their bullpen usage right now because I want to see if this is a full game look. Because Cubs bullpen's not very good either. They're actually, and this bullpen's is pretty fresh. Adam Ottavino threw 44 pitches. That is crazy. I've never seen Adam Ottavino throw 44 pitches before. That's very interesting. And Troy saying this game profiles like Giants versus Cubs with Hendricks. Oh boy. That's not good. Yeah, Hendricks dominated that day. And Troy, the X factor in that game, Troy, and you said it yourself. The thing that made that game, you toss that game out of the window was you were in attendance, Troy. And if you were in attendance, the Cubs don't lose, as you said. So I don't know if we can take that. Oh no, but Papa Torrance is going to be at the game. Even worse. What's his record, Troy? Get us the advanced analytics on that, please and thank you. And by the way, Troy, tell Faber to suck my ass for that garbage advice he gave yesterday when I was this close to betting the Mets. Tell Faber he's got beef with me, please and thank you. And his record is not as good as mine. So that's good. That's good to hear because I do like the Mets today, Troy. Market in this game, 44% of the bets, 61% of the money on the Metropolitans here. So pretty split. And on the total with this high total, 51% of the money and 68% of the bets on the under in this game. A rare game where more bets are on the under. But as we mentioned in the chat here, 16-mile-an-hour winds blowing straight out, going almost up to 17 during this game. So, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And by the way, you guys do have an hour to sign up for the UFC contest. The UFC starting early today, Saudi Arabia card. So remember to go sign up. We don't even have to sign up. You just go make an account if you don't have one and go pick your picks right now. We'll use this little intermission here after this game. I'm going to sit here and think about it, but real quick, let's show you guys just how easy it is to make your picks here. I've signed up on my account on the Pub Sports Radio website, signed in, and here it is. You just hit UFC contest up there, and it'll show you this lovely screen. You scroll, 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 and look, you've got all these lovely people you can pick from, and you just make your decisions from here. See, I remember our guy Billy saying they don't want to promote those Johnny Walker alcohol brand type names. So you just make your picks here, and you see at the end of the day if you can come out on top. And I'm sure you guys will put much more thought into your picks than I am right now. But goddamn, you guys, I believe in you guys to make the better decisions here, because I'm going to do this at a rapid speed because I want to be in it to win it. All right, beautiful. See, my picks are now in, and I'm ready to go here. So shout out to you, Swig. Thank you for the reminder there. All right. I think I'm going to. Oh, look at that. Home team has won 8 in a row. This cash flow line movement. It's going to be disgusting. All right, Troy, sorry. I'm betting the Mets. Minus 107 money line. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Papa Torrent affects the I guess the outcome. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, let's move on. Philadelphia Phillies, Arizona Diamondbacks. Good win for the Diamondbacks yesterday, and yeah, I was semi-interested in taking them again here today. I really was. Wheeler looked vulnerable last time out against the Red Sox, and Wheeler I still think is a top 3 pitcher in baseball, so it's still very scary to fade him here. But 8 earned runs against the Orioles is what I guess was thinking of, not the Red Sox. Excuse me. 4 1/3, 9 hits, 8 earned runs. But it's his worst start of the season, and is he not going to bounce back here? I definitely think so. And Tommy Henry, not the guy I want to back here. So this was an easy pass. This will not be the big underdog I'm taking today. So no thank you there. BJ likes the Phillies here. I'd probably agree with that 1.5 spot, but no action for me. So I move on from this game rather quickly to talk about John Gray and who we just mentioned earlier in the program. Morgan Spooner. I'll bring it up here again for you guys that missed the beginning of the show here. Morgan came in here to put this in. Did you guys see that John Gray is tipping his pitches in his last start? Lindor saw it, first pitch, came and told everyone else, and then got his tits ripped. 11 fastballs got crushed because it is almost as if they knew it was coming. So I like that. They probably addressed that immediately with John Gray, and now minus 138 for him at home, might be a trap. People are saying, wow, this is really cheap or really expensive for the Rangers. They think maybe the Royals are live here. I thought that yesterday didn't come through for me. I might move on an under in this game now that we're sitting here, because I do expect Gray to pitch better, if not well, than last time out. And Michael Wacha is someone that generally I can have faith to pitch well. Morgan, I know you're the king of the regression, seemingly now. Maybe we're getting some progression from this offense. But let's talk about Michael Wacha, who's just coming off the IL here. It was a foot injury for him, so it wasn't that serious, thankfully. He did go to the complex league to throw 4 innings. So that's good. And he obviously pitched well because it's the complex league. So he hasn't pitched this since last month. That's interesting. I'm going to look at the market here for under here. 81% of the bets, 86% of the cash on the over. We're seeing any movement down. Went from, it's 8.5 minus 120, and it's been there. I think I'm going to move on the under in this game, ladies and germs. Maybe I can move first 5 here specifically to avoid the bullpens. Let's Let's see here. And I can see the first 5 total movement to see if that's moved any as well. 4.5, and it's gone from minus 120 to minus 118 at our friends at Bet Online. Some places had this at minus 120 and still there. I'm going to move on the first 5 under here. This is going to be a very interesting one. I did not have this one on my card walking into the show, but I will be adding it. Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royals, first 5 under. I'm going to get a 4.5. I have to check my friends again at Bet Online. Sorry, these are the non-sexy part of the shows that you get when I'm solo. But 4.5 minus 118 to the under there. All right. Let's keep it pushing here, guys. We're keeping a brisk pace because, we have to abide and appease our UFC lords today. So shout out to them. Again, just stick around right here to the end of the program. This show will kick you over to the UFC live stream, and they'll have a bunch of bets. It'll be a whole lot of fun, I'm sure. Pirates, Rays, another one. I don't remember who it has been for the last few days that has been preaching PNC unders, but they got in my head in this one. This is another under that I sat here and I thought about. I haven't moved on it. But Eflin versus Jones, we all know Jared Jones is at this point the future of one of the futures, I guess, of the Pirates, and quality arm versus Eflin. And by the way, we'll talk about Jared Jones' home road splits here in a second. But let's start with, we'll talk with Jones' home road splits, and let's start with Eflin here now. He's coming off an okay. Not great start against the Braves. Basically the same thing against the Cubs before. 5 2/3, 4 runs, 3 of them earned against the Braves. Cubs 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. Miami 4 innings, 2 earned runs. It just has not been that great this year, if we're going to be honest. I don't know what it is. At the beginning of the season, I'd say like after a few starts, he started rolling a bit, but has not been good all year really. And the Pirates, luckily, are not a good team hitting-wise. 25th in baseball this month, 86 weighted runs created plus against righties, obviously. And full season, they're 28th, 81. So I think this is a cushy enough landing spot for the man. And then Jared Jones, I've talked about him all year now at this point. I pointed out immediately that he was going to be the best pitcher on the Pirates, and then they brought up Paul Skeens, and I was like, okay, well, that, he's a little different. So home road splits for the guy, though. We've talked about this a couple of times, and we have to reemphasize at home, 42 innings pitched, a 2.14 ERA compared to a road of 37 innings pitched, a 5.59 ERA. So yeah, this is home cooking here for Jared. First 5 full game under here's for me. Let's look at the market, and I will talk about which one I will bet, if maybe both. But let's talk about the market. Sharp money on the Rays here, 35% of the bet, 63% of the money on them. Line the line has dropped towards them as well. So I lean towards the Rays sidewise, but I'm more interested in a total. 87% of the bets, 89% of the money on the over. This went from an 8 to an 8.5. Juice to the over. Wow. Interesting. Let's look at the weather. Wind kind of blowing to left field. 8, 9 mile an hour winds. That's kind of hard. According to RotoWire, it's not that bad. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the chat here today. I get money saying, yes, I'm solo today. Yes. Debbie Cab's internet not working today, unfortunately. I like Edmonton in game 7. I actually like Florida. I like Florida. And good. Justin's going to Skeens Day. It's going to be great. I'm jealous. Rocco saying he's looking to back first 5, maybe Ks. Interesting. Brahma B saying leaning Rays. Wine Time saying Rays. Tough game. BJ saying he trusts in Skeens tomorrow. The Troy Torrance likes the under in the Rangers game. That makes me feel better. I hope I hope he does not get shelled, Morgan Spooner. Let's find out if he does together. And by the way, Pissy Cheerios play of the day, 3.5 team total for the Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Morgan, for letting us know. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you guys like the under in this game. I'd be very interested as well if you guys like the under. I'm not going to move on a side, and Justin, I see that stake emoji. I won't stake bet you on the side here. But I like the unders in this game, and I don't know. We'll see at the end of the show how the market keeps on developing. So no action here for me so far. Minnesota, Oakland. Next game on our card, Bailey Ober versus JP Sears. I mean, Rolls Royce Lewis. That's the first thing I think about when I think about these Twins recently. He's 16 games, 10 home runs. Guy's a sicko. Jesus Christ. Now, obviously, JP Sears is a quality lefty, but we look at the ranks against lefties this month in Minnesota. 163 plate appearances is 140 weighted runs created plus against them right now, fifth best in the league. So this just might be a tough matchup for our guy JP Sears, who I like backing, but not against the sixth best offense against lefties all season as well. 117 weighted runs created plus. So that makes it a little more sketchy if you'd like to back Bailey over here, or sorry, JP Sears. No confirmed lineup, so we don't know who is in and out for the Twins, and they are the most like, is Correa playing today? Is Buxton playing today? Is Lewis playing today? Like, those are the things you kind of have to always be aware of. But this game didn't very much interest me either, unfortunately. Market in this game, 84% of the bets, 82% of the money on the Twins. This line opened up at minus 165 at Bet Online, and it's now down to minus 156. Wow. It's very interesting. It is very interesting indeed. Let's look at Bookmaker. Bookmaker opened this at minus 165, now down as 155 as well. And Heritage, minus 160 down to minus 155. Wow. With where is it? With 84% of the bets, 82% of the money, they're moving it down. I will admit that does pique my interest a bit. 99% of the bets and money on the over in this game, and this has been an 8 and has not moved at all. Actually, if anything, it's gone a little bit to the over, but Bet Online has not moved it. It's been 8 minus 110. It went up to minus 112 to the over, and actually, it just moved about 20 minutes ago. Okay, so it's up to minus 116 to the over, but still 8. That's interesting. Honestly, after looking at the market feels like it's saying A's and under here for sure. You have to swallow it and try to back JP Sears against the lefty. That's very interesting. Again, chat, what do you guys have to say about this game as well? And by the way, the Mets getting steamed all the way up to minus 118 at some books. Good. I got it at minus 107, so that makes me a little better. That's a little better here. Very interesting. And AOD has Stacks is nice. That's nice. By the way, Wine Time saying stay away from the total, and he thinks that Jones is going to get crushed. Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely stay off of that Pirates total here. Now I am. That's funny that Troy Torrance is still on Rangers Royals here as well. Yeah, I like Oakland. I do. I typically, obviously, you guys know me. I want to back as many underdogs as I can. It helps to keep the average line down, et cetera, et cetera. But I am semi-interested in Oakland here, and I'm going to write them down. We'll talk about them later on in the program, perhaps. All right, let's keep it rolling here, and let's move to the Red Sox Cincinnati game. And we all know what we want to hear in this game. Let's just fucking hit the fucking music.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Shout out to the Stacks play of the day. 12 straight. Going for 13. Troy, nice to see you again. Nice to see you back caught up with us. But yeah, Stacks play of the day. Over 1.5 bases for our friend Rafael Devers. Shout out to my baby boy, 207 and 202. Shout out to you, Stacks. I want to hear it again. Sorry, I want to hear it again.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Shout out to Stacks. All right. Red Sox here. They lose yesterday. Kind of annoying. And again, I'm a little more annoyed that I backed them against the lefty, and I know they're the lefty thing, man. I still don't think they can hit lefties as well as they think. But I'm gonna be honest. I think this is just like a case of like backing the Mets. I feel like I've got to back this team until they lose 2 in a row. So I think I'm gonna move on the Red Sox here. Brahma B, don't you fucking dare start making fun of my dancing. Brahma B, don't you fucking dare. Yeah, I like the Red Sox here. I do. And like I said, I think they're hot. They're a hot ball club. They're playing well. I love the athleticism they're playing with now. A bunch of dudes that just steal a shitload of bases. Jaron Duran, God, he's become just really good, and it's been really fun to watch. So, yeah, I'll join you guys. I'll join you guys on those Boston Red Sox here, full game money line. And I mean, I feel like I've got to just ride the wave here. I've got to ride the wave, and I'll keep joining the Stacks movement here. So Red Sox for me, and over 1.5 bases for Rafael Devers. Because I fucking love my guy Justin and Stacks.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
All right, that was a good time. So Red Sox money line and Devers over 1.5 bases here. Money line minus 123 for me here. And I will read out the markets here in just a second. But again, I have to get to these lines in as well. By the way, I do love our friends at Bets Online, but their MLB props lacking. It's very annoying, but that's why you have multiple books, I guess, as they say. So, Devers total bases for me, if I can fucking find it. Jesus Christ. Total bases minus 105. All right, nice. Again, the sexy parts of this show that you guys get to see because I am alone. All right. Let's go to our next game, and shout out to Stacks and shout out to all the people moving on the Red Sox. I am with you guys. And market, I forgot in this game. Market in this game. Wow, sharp money on the Reds. 29% of the bets, 67% of the money on the Reds. Wow, interesting. This line, where are you? It went from minus 120 to minus 123, so slight tick up to the Red Sox. Interesting. And 65% of the bet, 70% of the money on the over in this game went from a juiced over 9 to now just 9. Still juiced to the over, but not really surprising at a minus 125, 9 there. So shout out to you, my guy, Justin. Let's get 13 straight. Orioles, Astros, next game on our card. And this game does start One of the parlays that I wanted to talk about here. There's two sides that I liked that were just a little bit too juice for me to take. Obviously, the Orioles are one. This game was incredibly high scoring yesterday. And the Astros had to use up a lot of their bullpen. Their bullpen already not as good as it once was, and I don't believe in it very much either. But they definitely had to use up some arms yesterday. So Brian Abreu threw 3 days in a row, so he's not throwing. Nick Hernandez threw 40. Sean Dubin threw 35. Rafael Montero threw 25. The only three relievers that I feel like we can confirm no are available today are Ryan Presley, didn't throw yesterday, was on 2 days, back to back. Didn't throw yesterday, will probably be available today. And Josh Hader, again, back to back days, throwing on Wednesday and Thursday, didn't throw Friday. I expect him to be available. And Taylor Scott, who will be throwing on his third consecutive day here, which, again, I've said many managers don't like doing that. And obviously, I forget what the Astros manager's name is now, but he's through Abreu on 3 straight days. So I expect Taylor Scott to be available if need be, who threw 19 pitches on Thursday and 3 on Friday. So those 3 relievers, I typically also wouldn't mind a Ronald Blanco over outs in this game because of that situation. But the Orioles are just very good, and I don't want to get in their way. And I think the Orioles are just flat better. So I like the Orioles here. I just need, I don't know. I just need to get the juice down somehow, and I didn't want to take a -1 or anything like that. So that's why I went to the parlay there. So that's why I lean that way. Let's keep it moving here. And by the way, the great nasty champ Celtics trifecta. That's funny. So shout out to the great nasty champ Celtic trifecta. Whoever that is. I don't think that is our guy Nasty Nate, because Nasty Nate, I think, is still a member of the channel. So I'm assuming that's a burner of some sorts. But I will give you the boot, homeboy or girl, if you get a little too excessive and start trolling a bit. So shout out to you, the great nasty champs Celtics trifecta. So all right. But yeah, I like the Orioles. And we'll talk about the other side of that parlay that I was thinking of. It was plus 197 for that parlay. So we'll get there here in a moment. Next, Seattle Mariners here. Logan Gilbert and I was thinking about just now the George Kirby home runs they gave up. And the Mariners, just a constant issue with the Mariners. They never score enough for their offense, and it's just annoying. So I couldn't bet this game either. It was one of those games where I just sat here and I was like, Logan Gilbert could throw 7 shutout innings, and I still won't trust the Mariners to score enough, unfortunately, even when they were playing well. So I'm going to stay off this game. But I'll be very interested to watch and see how the Mariners offense does. Again, Troy looking at the O's and the under here as well. By the way, Troy, I haven't seen one of these in a while. I'm not seeing a cash cow recently. So shout out to you, Troy, there. Yeah, I'm off this game, though. I don't believe in a bullpen day or a Sean Armstrong day in these Marlins games. And someone said that AJ Puck is the primary question mark. I just see Sean Armstrong. Let me refresh Roto real quick to see. Real quick. Yeah, I just see Sean Armstrong. So no AJ Puck for me. I just think they just decided that he is definitely just a reliever. But yeah, no action for me here. And let's get to the other half of that aforementioned parlay that I was just talking about. Toronto and Cleveland here. I was on the Blue Jays first 5. How fucking embarrassing was that? The Blue Jays just gave me nothing. And once you have a 7-0 lead, Cookie Carrasco can just pitch relaxed and nothing, no fucking sweat off his ass. So yeah, and to start the second thing in this, I was shocked by this line. Barrios, second best pitcher all year for the Blue Jays, and you're getting almost plus 130 for him here. I was pretty surprised by that, and I thought that a lot of people would try to snap up and take that here, but I think that's honestly a trap. And I just think the Guardians are just flat better, and they just hit the ball 1 through 9, surprisingly, and it's very interesting to see. Now, I was surprised at this line. I definitely, when I first saw it, thought all the money has to be on the Blue Jays here to make this a trap, like I just said. But no, 84% of the bets and 95% of the money is on the Guardians here. And this was, once upon a time, a minus 126. So this line just skyrocketed up with all that money on the Cleveland Guardians. And, it's one of those cases where the books are showing a little bit of fear. And I kind of typically enjoy that. Now, the issue is that this line is actually coming down a bit as well now. Like our friends at Heritage, for example, they opened this at minus 127. They got up to minus 137. Now it's starting to tick down to minus 136. Bet Online, kind of the same story there. They'd opened up at minus 126, got up to minus 143, now minus 139. So it's a little concerning on that end, but I do indeed think this is a little bit of a trappy spot. Dave, I will fucking block you, Dave, if you dare put a soccer play in that game. I will fucking block you, Dave, if you decide to put a soccer pick in that game on the opposing side. I will fucking do it, Dave. I love you to death, but I will fucking do it. So yeah, this is the other side of the parlay here, plus almost 200 for it. I think I'm gonna end up staying off. Sure, I don't love parlays to begin with, and the line moving back is a little scary. But I do like both those sides. They're just a little bit too juice for me. So those are my thoughts on that game. Shout out to Abel A dropping some player props in here as well. And there's no laughs over here, guys. I'll fucking block his ass. No fucking hesitation. So it's nice to see you, Dave, as well. Braves, Yankees, and by the way, obviously, it was nice to be on Dave's stream last night. I joined him on Nerd Talk. Support Dave over there as well. He's one of our guys, so appreciate you, Dave. Braves, Yankees, Charlie Morton, Marcus Stroman. It was nice being on the Braves ass whooping yesterday, and Carlos Rodon fucking crying in the dugout was nice. Just mentally soft Yankees squad. I maybe they won't make the World Series, like I say. Pity. Maybe they won't. But I was pretty surprised at this line here for Charlie Morton. I thought he'd get a little more respect, and I thought we'd see a replay of last night's line, honestly, minus 105 each way. And no, there's no respect for old man Charlie Morton against the Yankees. So let's look up and see. The last time Charlie Morton has faced those New York Yankees, last year, 6 shutout innings, 10 Ks, 1 walk. Before that was in 21, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs there. Very interesting. It does seem like there is a history of success now. DJ LeMahieu hits 345 against him. Juan Soto hits 636 against him. 11 plate appearances. 11 at bats, 7 hits, 5 RBIs, 3 home runs. Good fucking God. I mean, how are Juan Soto props not interesting to everyone there? Those numbers, that is crazy stuff. I'm going to look right now because again, I was semi-interested in the Braves here again, fading the Yankees, and we'll talk about the market here. But my God, those numbers are crazy off of him. Real quick, while I'm doing this, let's get to the market and let's talk about that. 78% of the bets, 93% of the money on the New York Yankees. Is this line really moved towards the Braves? Yeah, it has. Wow. Let me do a refresh here again, like keeping my odds at least up to date here. And with all that money on the Yankees, it's opened up at minus 137 at Bet Online. It is now minus 123 for the New York Yankees. Okay, never mind. I guess I am on the Yankees. Those numbers against Morton are fucking crazy and definitely worrisome. Let's look at the total market here because this has to be, pushing over, right? I mean, 95% of the bets, 94% of the money on the over. Kind of not surprising. And this is stuck at a 9 and really has not moved. It was 9 juice to the under. It's still 9 juice to the under. So, wow. It looks as if old man Charlie Morton is live here. Earl, you're on thin ice, Earl. That question mark at the end of your comment really saved you, Earl. You're on thin ice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on the Braves here. Full game, and I won't. I'll leave the Soto props alone. But that is crazy how fucking good his numbers are against him. So Braves for me plus 113 for me. So very exciting stuff here. Yeah, Justin saying gotta bet Soto too. I mean, let's go look at it at the very least. I had the page pulled up. I might as well look and see what his total base is. If it's plus money, then I will be interested in it. Wow, plus 125. All right, well, fuck me. I guess I gotta bet it too. I mean, those numbers are ridiculous. So let's bet on a Yankee player prop, something I don't do very often. Yankees player props over 1.5 bases plus 125. That is crazy. I thought it would get like a minus 105, honestly. And again, I'll read the whole stat line for you guys. 16 plate appearances, 11 at bats, 7 hits, 3 home runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. So, issue is obviously the walks, but let's do it. All right, let's go to number 2, Doug. Unfortunately, Mexico sucks, so I hope that bet loses for you, but I wish you good luck. Brewers Padres, another no action game for me, but I was I was leaning pretty heavily towards the Brewers. I don't know if Carlos Rodriguez has a soft spot for me because of the WBC stuff, but the market leaned me in that direction here as well, and maybe I'll end up moving on it. This is, I mean, just nuts. 64% of the bets and 93% of the money on the Padres here, and the line is just completely flipped. I mean, I honestly, I think I have to move on it now because that's crazy. I mean, again, 90+% of the money on the Padres, and it's saying, come on, the bookmakers and people making these lines saying, great, here's plus money that you can bet the Padres at. That is nuts. So Brewers are going to be on my card here as well. Maybe the shortest breakdown we'll ever have on this program. I don't like Randy Vasquez. If we guys want to talk about him really quickly, he's just not a guy that promotes confidence betting. And you guys have heard me say that, I'm sure, plenty of times. Last start out, 6 earned runs against the Phillies in 4 1/3 innings. Pitched well against Oakland. Okay against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just a bunch of okay starts against these teams. Just nothing to really make you feel better. And let's look at also the bullpens here, because the Padres bullpen is a strength of theirs. And Estrada threw 3 straight days and took a day off yesterday, so I don't expect him to be available. Steven Kolick, 40 pitches yesterday, no. Wandy Peralta threw 33 Thursday. Don't expect him to be available. The 2 guys that I really expect to pitch here today in the bullpen, it will probably be, and at least 3 guys, Adrian Morejon, Robert Suarez, their closer, and Johnny Brito, all available today, and I expect those guys to go. And, I mean, they're okay, but I'll trust the Brewers here in that line movement. I think that's nuts here as well. So, all right. I will move on the Brewers here. as well. Let me at least look at the comments here as well. Fernando, you son of a bitch, Fernando. I already told you can go suck my dick yesterday, Fernando. But you guys, everyone bet Ecuador. Go bet them. Free money for Ecuador, guys. Take them. What could possibly go wrong? Mally, look at my money at Action. Action Network is where I look at it. Brewers money line for me, and sorry, I'm a little all over the place. I've started thinking about the Venezuela game now that you guys have brought it up. Brewers money line minus 107 for me there. All right, keeping it pushing. We have a few minutes left before the UFC stream starts, and we'll get you guys over there. Hopefully, give you some times to make a Sammy, have some breakfast, perhaps, and watch some dudes beat the shit out of each other, and some ladies. I think. I don't know if they have women's fights on this card. Nationals, Rockies, two pitchers that I love. Cal Quantrill and Port Dope has made me a lot of money this year. I appreciate that. Mitchell Parker, the same thing on the other side. I like both. I leaned under. I don't like betting unders and Coors all that much. And let's do a quick look. Rockies against lefties this month. They are, where'd you go? 11th, 109 weighted runs created plus. So truly not that bad, especially for Rockies standards. But they've been home a lot. The good thing about weighted runs created plus is park adjusted. Nationals against righties, 103 weighted runs created plus this month. So, both pretty average. I think both pitchers can shove, but I don't want to bet an under. Markets in these games. Start with the total in this one. 68% of the bets, 70% of the money on the over in this game. This total went from 10.5, minus 110, ticking up slightly to the over, minus 115 now to the over, but not much movement really. And for the sidewise, 71% of the bets and 84% of the money on the Nationals here. And the line has ticked up towards the Nationals, minus 112 now from a minus 106 opener. So Nationals for me, you guys know I like betting the Nationals a lot. I think they're a good squad. Good enough squad at least, but no action for me. And that leads us to our other main event of the night. And I'm sure you guys saw this line and you guys know where I'm at here. The minus 300 Dodgers against the Angels. The Angels who won last night, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see the final score of that game. I went to sleep before the end of that game, but minus 300 here, minus almost 370 here for the Dodgers. And when I go back at my minus 300 records this year to see, I would say probably 80% of them are going to be the Dodgers, and another 80% of that 80% is going to be Tyler Glasnow starts. And this leaves me always in the position of shitting on Tyler Glasnow, and I like him a lot. I think he's a great pitcher, but he is not a minus 370 pitcher against anyone. No one is, not even this offense. So obviously, as you guys probably know, I took the Angels first 5 full game for me, plus 280 first 5, plus 320 full game there. So, and then, again, it's not like there's super in-depth analysis about this. You guys know how I operate at this point. If you're watching Say Hey Plays for a while, if you're new here, we fade minus 300s every time, no matter what. First 5 in full game. Shout out to the Earl brothers for getting me back on the first 5 train. But yeah, I think that this is an angel spot for me. So, and it's funny. I was talking to Dave about this the other day. It's like when you put your bets on these teams, it's like you're putting your whole reputation on this shit. And it's like, I don't want to pull my whole damn fucking life on the Angels here. I'll just make my 2 standard bets. They win, awesome. We'll celebrate it. We'll move on. They lose, that's fine. We'll move on. Long season, and we've been successful with this so far this season. So at the end of the year, we'll be positive betting these minus 300s, betting against them. So I believe, and you guys should too, hopefully. So let's recap our action here on a lovely solo Saturday. I appreciate everyone that joins me on these solo Saturdays. I know there might not be the most entertaining shows, ever. And I know my record is not where you guys want it to be for it to be a solo Saturday, but I appreciate you guys joining me nonetheless. Even if you're like Doug and they're saying these are L's, it might be Doug. Who knows? At least you're not like Fernando Mendoza and picks from Dave, fucking betting against my beloved Venezuela. Who, by the way, that game is today, and I told you guys the other day, draw in that game plus 240. I'm on it. Let's fucking grind them out, Venezuela. Let's fucking grind these bastards out. So I can't wait. So yeah, let's recap the action here real quick. And 2 player props on my card. Not 1, 2. How rare. So this is my card here. Mets money line minus 107. The first 5 under in Kansas City. Texas Rangers 4.5 there minus 118. Angels double up. First 5 plus 280. Full game plus 320. Red Sox money line minus 123. And Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases at minus 105. Atlanta Braves money line plus 113. Juan Soto over 1.5 bases at plus 125. Milwaukee money line minus 107. And again, Venezuela, Ecuador draw plus 240. Let's go. We need it. It's going to be fun here. It's going to be very fun. Abel A, I see you, my guy. I see you. I wish you luck. And Fernando, I hope that bet goes down in flames. Morgan, and I disagree. I think you can fix tipping pretty easily if I think they know, or they know now, or after that last start, like you said, because your comment got me on the under, and I know what you. I just think that they go to the film and be like, "Hey, asshole, you're fucking doing this whenever you're doing your fastball or your slider. Stop doing that." I think he'll have a better start here today, so I'm going to be very interested to see. I am kind of betting on them realizing that he's tipping his pitches and fixing that. So we'll see if I'm wrong or wrong, obviously. So it'll be fun. But shout out to you guys. We appreciate all you, again, watching the program, supporting Pub Sports Radio, becoming a member, doing whatever you can to support the channel. Because, like we say, this is all run by one guy, funded by one guy, doing it all. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter, Southtown 101, who, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't all be here making this content for you guys. So shout out to Jeff. If you can give back to him in any way you can, please do. Membership $9.99 a month to become a gold member and to become a member of these races every week, Thursday and Friday. We appreciate you guys for doing that. It's going to be fun. And by the way, I'm that heat. You've made an enemy out of me now. I'm going to remember all you guys putting up your Ecuadorian flags. Fernando, Dave, I'm that heat. I'll remember you guys, all 3 here. So very interesting. Truth Teller, if you're locked out of your PSR account, email the PSR website at pubsportsradio@gmail.com. And our guy, Sean Swiggy Betts, will help you get back into your account here as well. And Man Bear Pig is right. If you're a gold member, I do, in fact, like you more. Like the names in black, I actively don't like you guys because you guys are members. So Truth Teller, obviously, I actively don't like you because you're not a member here. But I appreciate you watching, and I respect you enough to answer your question, Truth Teller. So shout out to you. Become a member today. Even if it's just Weeby Pub and $4.99 a month, that's okay. Support any way you can. It's going to be... Morgan, I'm sorry that you've had these issues. I cannot, unfortunately, help you guys on that end with the upgrading process. That's all Google and YouTube right there. But Morgan, I appreciate that you're just a member in general. So I like you, Morgan. Don't worry. And I will like you more if this under first 5 hits, obviously, in that game. Good morning, Rod Z. This game is about to end, or the show's about to end. So good morning. Nice to see you, Rod. I hope you enjoy the replay. And again, stick right here. This channel or this video will kick you right over the UFC streams. So, all right. Appreciate you guys. Say hey on social media at Jose Bouquett, and we'll see you guys next time.